Namaste everyone. Hello my dear students. Welcome back to online classes brought to you by Vivekananda PU College. I am Suprit KC. In today's class we are going to discuss or continuing the chapter called as biodiversity, where in a previous class we have started or we have studied the definition for biodiversity as well as the description of that. Even we have approached the types of biodiversity and we have given the examples too. Then we are migrated towards the distribution of biodiversity, how the pattern of biodiversity is present on the biosphere, and we have seen a latitudinal gradient, then into species area relationship. After that we are approached to the loss of biodiversity. Yes, so under the concept called loss of biodiversity, there are mainly four major factors which is the reason for loss of biodiversity, right? Yes. So the first one that we have studied is the habitat loss. Yeah, habitat loss or fragmentation. The second one is known to be the overexploitation. Overexploitation. The third one we are going to approach is called as alien species invasion. Alien species invasion. Fine. And the fourth one known to be the co-extinction. Co-extinction. These are the four major factors which will be the reason, which can be the reason for the loss of biodiversity. Fine. The first one is habitat loss, overexploitation, alien species invasion, co-extinction. These four factors are known to be, yes, these known to be the threats of biodiversity. This is for reason they can lead to vanish of biodiversity. They can be the reason for the vanish of biodiversity. Okay. By taking all this account, in last class we have studied habitat loss, then into overexploitation, right? Today we are going to discuss the third one, that is called as alien species invasion. Alien species invasion. As the name says, alien means something new, okay, something strange organism, right? Okay, which is not so common to our habitat. You are living in a particular geographical area in a comfortable zone where you are enjoying all the resource provided by the nature. In this condition, dear students, in this condition, from elsewhere some other species, if it is migrated towards your habitat, if it is so stable, then the competition will arise, right? Yes, the competition will arise. This competition leads to, okay, elimination of indigenous species or the traditional species which is living in your habitat ground. Fine. When the competition arises, if the organism which is migrated to our place is so strong, so dominant, what will happen? It will rule over your habitat. Because of the dominance, the weaker one, the indigenous species is literally going to be vanished off. This is the principle belonging to alien species invasion. Invasion, something coming from elsewhere to your habitat, right? Okay. In the habitat, there will be an organism which is living from a very past, known to be the indigenous species or traditional species. If some species is migrated towards the habitat where the indigenous species living in a comfortable life, okay, they become very weaker, or the alien species is known to be a threat for them. Correct? So I take one example. In East Africa, there is a lake called Victoria. Lake Victoria. to the Lake Victoria, okay, it is been introduced Nile perch. Nile perch, it is a fish, it is been introduced. This caused the elimination of nearly 200 species, catfish species of indigenous species living in Lake Victoria. I repeat, in East Africa there is a lake called Lake Victoria. Nile perch is an organism, is a fish is being introduced that caused, what it been caused? It caused the elimination of nearly 200 indigenous species which is living in Lake Victoria. Why this has happened? Because the Nile perch is an alien species which is introduced from other ground to your ground, which is so dominant such a way that the indigenous species which is living in your particular area or the habitat or the Lake Victoria cannot compete with your lake with your Nile perch. As I told you, the stronger one will be leading the habitat, the weaker one will be eventually disappear. That is the same thing happened here. Nearly 200 species, indigenous species living in Lake Victoria being eliminated. Okay, it's been eliminated. This is the first example. First example. Okay. Next one. Okay. You have a Parthenium called as carrot grass. Parthenium. Then you have a lantana. Lantana. As well as the water hyacinth called as Eichhornia. Eichhornia. These are the plant species, they can live anywhere in the world because they are so susceptible for any ground, for any condition. If this is a Parthenium, lantana, Eichhornia, what? Parthenium, lantana, Eichhornia is introduced to your place, then whatever the indigenous species living in a ground definitely going to disappear within a span of years, because this can expand such a way that, okay, it can dominate over all other indigenous species living in your ground. They can dominate so easily. Fine. So Parthenium, lantana, Eichhornia, yes, Parthenium, lantana, Eichhornia, they are the alien species. They are known to be the alien species. They can spread so rapidly such a way that they can cause the elimination of indigenous plants there. Fine. So this is also an example. Another example we have for aquaculture purpose. Aquaculture purpose, there is a fish, catfish called Clarias garipinus, Clarias garipinus is been introduced to the aqua or to the water resource or to the lake or to the river. Fine. For aquaculture purpose. For aquaculture purpose, the catfish called as the Clarias garipinus been introduced. Okay. This introduction led to the elimination of great number of indigenous species living in the area where Clarias garipinus is being introduced. What exactly mean by this? This means that if an area is completely owned by a traditional species, they can easily threatened up by the invasion of alien species. These are the three examples. Fine. We have seen Nile perch story, Parthenium lantana then Clarius gariepinus. This is about your alien species invasion. The next one we are going to study is co-extinction. Let us see that. Co-extinction. As the name only says, co-extinction, both. Both are going to extinct. What exactly mean by that? Co-extinction. Co-extinction. Extinction means there is no more. Okay. The last organism which is living on the planet is being eliminated, completely disappeared means extinction. Fine. Extinction. Co-extinction. Both are going to under a process of extinction. What exactly mean by that? Okay. In our habitat, in our nature, we can find many more associations, right? Associations. Okay. We can find great association where two or more organisms for beneficial purpose they will be showing the association. Some is producing, giving shelter for other organism, some organism giving back as a food, okay. Some as giving back to the nutrition to the organism, some are helping for the digestion. Like this, there are so many associations we can find. By taking this account, dear students, we have a story of parasites, right? Parasitism, where you can find host as well as parasite. Host as well as parasite. Okay, fine. In this case, host is directly or indirectly is dependent on parasite. Parasite directly or indirectly depend on host. Without host, parasite cannot survive. Without parasite, host also cannot survive in some conditions. In this case, these both organisms are equally finding a benefit. Some is helping for the digestion, some is producing back as a shelter or food, whatever it is. In this case, if one organism is being eliminated from the ground, from the habitat, from the nature, what is the case of another organism? You are getting my point? In this association, both organisms showing a equal relationship, right? If one organism is threatened up, what about another organism? It is also seriously threatened up, right? Yes, dangerously it is affected. Okay. As a result, if the host is seriously affected by the presence of other organism or any other kind of situations, the parasite also literally dangerously affected, vice versa too. Vice versa too. Even parasite affected, host will also affected. As a result, one of the organisms showing this kind of association is being eliminated from the biosphere. This is also going to eliminate. This is also going to eliminate. You have an example of pollination, right? Pollination. In pollination, you have a plant producing a flower and you have pollinators. Correct? You have pollinators. In this case, particular plant has got its specific pollinators doing the pollination phenomena. Correct? In that case, if the plant is eliminated, threatened up, become endangered or become extinct, what is the scenario of pollinators which is dependent on your plant? What will happen? The plant getting a beneficially effect of pollination as well as pollinators getting a food. In this case, what is the scenario of pollinators if the plants are absent? What will happen? Yes? Yes. If the plant is seriously threatened up, If the plant is undergone extinction, then pollinators are also finding a serious issue of extinction, or okay, it is finding a dangerous effect of to become endangered one. Okay, this is the case. This is the case. So the co-evolved species, whichever comes in the association, if one of the co-evolving species is seriously threatened up or undergone extinction, the another one also seriously get affected. This is the concept. Fine. So we are done with the loss of biodiversity, the reasons of the loss of biodiversity, habitat loss done, over-exploitation is done, alien species invasion done, co-extinction is done, right? Okay. Next, let us see the conservation of biodiversity. Why we have to conserve biodiversity? What is the reason for biodiversity conservation? Let us see. There should be a reason to conserve anything. Okay. What is the reason? We are classifying the reason as 3. Let us see what is that. We are classifying the reason as 3. Conservation of biodiversity. Okay. The reasons for conservation. Reasons for conservation. Fine. The first reason, we have clubbed that reason as 3. Okay, different categories of reasons we have. The first one is called as narrowly utilitarian. Narrowly utilitarian. The second one is broadly utilitarian. Fine. The third one is known to be ethical utilitarian. I repeat, there are major 3 clubs of reasons we have, 3 categories of reason we have: narrowly utilitarian, okay, then into broadly utilitarian, ethically utilitarian. What exactly mean by this? What exactly mean by narrowly utilitarian, broadly utilitarian, ethical utilitarian? Yes. So let us find out what exactly mean by that. Okay. The first one I am taking narrowly utilitarian. Narrowly utilitarian. This is very important. Narrowly utilitarian. Narrowly utilitarian. In this case, okay, we are receiving great economic benefits from the nature, right? Economic benefits from the nature. We are receiving many economic benefits from the nature, right? Okay. What are the economic benefits we are receiving? The first one, we are receiving food. In food we are having cereals, then into fruits, pulses, vegetables, etc. We are receiving a food. Okay, food we have received. Then we are receiving firewood, right? Firewood we are receiving. Then we are receiving fiber. Okay, fiber also we are receiving. Then what else we are receiving? We are receiving food, we are receiving firewood, we are receiving fiber, and even the construction materials also we are receiving from the nature. Construction materials we are receiving from the nature. Okay, in this case Food, firewood, fiber, construction material, all are receiving from the nature, right? We have to conserve nature, we have to conserve biodiversity. This is the reason. The next reason is what? Even we are getting many industrial materials from the nature, okay? Industrial purpose. Industrial. We are receiving many industrial materials from the nature. What are the industrial materials we are receiving? What are the industrial materials we are receiving? We are receiving the lubricants, okay, some resins, correct, dye, okay, we are receiving lubricants, resins as well as dyes. Then what else? What else? Even perfumes, all are the products that is from the nature, and we are utilizing that. So we have to conserve biodiversity. The most important one, the medicine. This is also a contribution. Medicine, it is also a contribution from the nature. So we have to conserve biodiversity. I repeat, we are obtaining many economic benefits, industrial, medicines, everything from the nature or the biodiversity. These are the products of biodiversity. So we have to conserve nature or biodiversity. These are the reasons coming under narrowly utilitarian. Okay. The next one is known to be broadly utilitarian. What is a broadly utilitarian? Broadly utilitarian. Let us see. Broadly utilitarian. In this case, you may have heard Amazon rainforest, known to be the lungs of the planet, right? Amazon rainforest, known to be the lungs of the planet. Lungs of the planet. Why it is known to be the lungs of the planet? Because the 20% of the oxygen, this is important, the 20% of oxygen in the biosphere is contributed by Amazon rainforest or Amazon tropical ground. 20% of oxygen, it is contributed by the Amazon rainforest or Amazon tropical ground by means of a photosynthesis. Okay, by means of a photosynthesis. Because of this, we have to conserve biodiversity. Okay, we have to conserve biodiversity. Okay. Even we have pollinating layers. Pollinating layers means what? In the absence of pollinators, there is no successful fertilization happening in the plants, right? If the male and female gametes of the plant, if it is need to mutually mix up, then there should be a help of we have to get a help from the pollinators. If in the case in our biosphere the complete pollination layer is become extinct, what will happen, dear students? In that case there is no successful fertilization, there is no successful yield from the plant. If there is no yield, production level is collapsed. Production level is collapsed. Production level is collapsed. If the production level is collapsed, then consumption level also collapsed. If the production level is not so stable, consumption level also not so stable. If the consumption level is not stable, means what? There is no a great number of resource. If the resource become limited, then the competition will arise because of the demand is more, production is less. I repeat, demand is more, production is less. In this case, if the competition is arising, means what? There will be an elimination of weaker one, dominant one will survive. Because of this, we will lose certain species. To prevent that, we have to conserve biodiversity. Then only pollinators will survive more. Because of a great number of pollinators, we can have a successful fertilization in the plant, leading to your fruit or any yield, stabilizing the production level. Even we have aesthetic pleasure. Okay, aesthetic pleasure we have. Aesthetic pleasure we have. What exactly mean by aesthetic pleasure? It is a set of principles we need to carry out. We are receiving this much, from the biodiversity. Okay, because of that, we have to conserve biodiversity. We have to cultivate a set of principles in our life, okay, which is including caring, caring for the organism which have given a beneficial effect on us. Okay, so this is the aesthetic pleasure, that is we have to keep set of principles, that because we have received a great amount of comfortableness from these organisms which is known to be the biodiversity. We have to conserve biodiversity. The third one, the last one, is known to be the ethical utilitarian. This is very beautiful. Ethical utilitarian. Okay, ethical. Ethically, morally. Ethically or morally we are talking. Okay. Ethical utilitarian. Ethical utilitarian. Ethical utilitarian. What exactly mean by this ethical utilitarian? Dear students, you must know, see, we are living in a planet and we are in millions, right? Okay. The planet or the mother nature is giving great amount of resource and looking after us. Because of the nature only we are surviving. Every organism in the planet, okay, they having a great intrinsic value, its own value to survive, correct? So none of the organism having a right or having a capacity to kill or remove any organism on the planet. Each of the organism having a great or having a right to survive and to reproduce. So because of a certain intrinsic great intrinsic value carried by the individual organisms, we don't have any right to kill the organisms or giving a threats to other organism. That is comes under ethical utilitarian. Right. Every organism having a right to live and having a intrinsic value. Intrinsic value. We don't have any right to kill the organisms or giving a threat to organism which is leading to the extinction. Okay. And we are the organisms giving something to other organism and receiving it back, nothing but we have a mutual understanding as well as a association. Because of this balanced association, every organism in the planet is keeping on living. Okay, if this mutual benefit is little threatened up, then the balance become imbalance, leading to loss of biodiversity. Because of this mutual condition, we have to keep up the mutual condition so that we can conserve the biodiversity. These are the reasons under biodiversity. And another very important one is we all the organisms, we philosophically as well as spiritually we are connected, right? We are mentally, emotionally connected to each and every organisms. We must know that we are connected, and it is our duty to keep the biodiversity to our next generation. It is our duty to keep biodiversity to our next generation, This is very important, to keep the next generation. We have to keep the biodiversity for our next generation. This is our first duty. Comes under ethical utilitarian. These are the three reasons of conservation of biodiversity. So I think you have understood the concept. This much is enough for you today. Let us wind up the class. In next class we are going to talk about how we can conserve biodiversity, which is very important as well as a beautiful concept. Let us see that, and thank you so much for your patient listening. Keep studying, stay at home, stay safe, take care and have a nice day. Thank you.